What up, this is Rama screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Venom. Let's rock this. After so much progress over the years done on the comic book based cinematic universe, Venom just came and took that quality back down to the level of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3. And yes, I'm implying that Spider-Man 3 was shitty. The biggest problem with Venom is probably the script. No, it's not incoherent like Suicide Squad. No, on the contrary, because you can actually keep track of where the story is going in Venom, whereas Suicide Squad was poorly structured. Which is why I compare Venom to Spider-Man 3 because both movies have unbelievably cringe-worthy moments. Both movies have terrible dialogues. Both movies have less than satisfactory CG spectacle. And both movies rely heavily on creating chaos for the easily amused. The story is actually pretty simple. Tom Hardy plays investigative journalist Eddie Brock, who doesn't do things by the book. Michelle Williams plays his girlfriend, Anne. And then there's Carlton Drake. He's basically your typical billionaire villain obsessed with using science for his own benefit. And in this case, he's trying to create a working combination between symbiote and humans. That's when our protagonist comes in, gets exposed to or contracts one of these symbiotes, which then releases his alter ego, Venom. Do I think Tom Hardy is the right man for this role? After having seen this film, I must say, the jury's probably still out on that one. I think what is more sad is that you have these two Oscar-nominated leads in Tom and Michelle, and you would not believe some of the cheesiest things that come out of their mouths in this movie. I'm beginning to think that even they don't believe half the shit that they have to say through their characters. And the whole thing between Brock and Anne, it's like it's written by people who don't know the first thing about the complexities of relationships. That aspect of this film talks down to you. Not to mention the way the villain, Carlton Drake, ultimately embraces his symbiote. There's no concrete build-up to that. And the symbiote traveling halfway around the world just seems like an excuse for the writers to have something to waste our time with before they know that they have to somehow present the symbiote halfway through the story. Look, the point is, this is one of those movies that you can rip to pieces scene by scene for being completely absurd. There are probably one or two parts in Venom that I could categorize as mildly entertaining. I think the apartment fights and the car to motorcycle chase are well staged and well shot. Although just a few months ago we had that movie Upgrade starring Logan Marshall Green, who looks like Tom Hardy's long-lost doppelganger, who also dealt with his own incident of not being able to control his body from turning into a lethal killing machine. Now, I gotta talk a bit about that Venom versus Riot climax at the end. That whole full-on CG versus CG action that takes you back to 2008's Incredible Hulk versus the Abomination. At first glance, the fight seems considerably epic, but as it progresses, it's like watching two gooey blobs duking it out. Plus, the movie doesn't really offer anything substantive as far as the hero's motivation for Brock. I guess you can blame it on idealism or perhaps the thrill of having power, but he doesn't really have anything that he's sacrificing for or risking his life over. I know, Venom is technically an anti-hero, not a hero, but still, I feel like that, having something to lose, is an important yet a missing ingredient here. I find the villain Carlton Drake to be one-dimensional and uninteresting, which is sad because Riz Ahmed is actually a pretty fine actor in his own right. And lastly, the humor. None of the humor works in this film. It's not overwhelming or exaggerated like Thor Ragnarok, but again, it's more like Spider-Man 3. Do you remember Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker dancing down the street in public and how painful it was watching that? Well, it may not necessarily require any dancing here, but the jokes will definitely get you shaking your head facepalming. It's kooky and clumsy and off-putting. It's sad really when you think about it, because this is supposed to be part of Sony Pictures' larger plan for their own Spider-Man cinematic universe after it got rebooted by their collaboration with MCU through Tom Holland as the new Spidey, but Venom is off to a bad start. So that's it. That's my review of Venom. Share your thoughts in the comment section below and share this video with all your friends on the YouTube verse. And as always, subscribe to my channel and ring the bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. Hey, if you like this review and you want me to make more, please contribute monthly to Rama Screen Patreon page and help support this channel. Become my patrons today at patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this.